Driving Television is brought to you by driving.ca.
Square look, a little more masculine maybe, sort of slab sides, not as round and jelly bean as the previous model. Is that to get women comfortable with driving a van?
A little bit. It's kind of shift the paradigm. Everyone's copied our minivan. The jelly bean thing has been played out. So there's also, even though the car is more square, it's actually functionally better. If you look at it as a pure product solution, your headroom is dramatically improved with the new shape.
Earlier this season, we had a chance to review the brand new 2008 Dodge Grand Caravan. If you want to look at that review, go to our website, drivingtelevision.com.
I actually got to drive that vehicle down in California, and I had a lot of great things to say about it. But on today's show, we're going to be looking at a little bit more upscale version of that van. It's the Chrysler Town & Country.
That's right. Chrysler is the higher-end version of this vehicle. Dodge is more about value. The Chrysler is more about luxury and sophistication.
And there's a bit of a price difference as well. The Dodge Grand Caravan starts at around $25,000, whereas the Town & Country starts around $34,000.
Yeah, this is the vehicle that Chrysler is putting up against the Honda Odyssey and the Toyota Sienna. Both vehicles are brand new, with very little being carried over from the old models. Styling is stronger, with less of a jelly bean shape and more of an SUV look, with chiseled lines, square front and back, and more slab-like sides. This all works well together to give the Town & Country a better stance on the road. It just looks meatier.
The Town & Country has a 3.8-liter V6 that's only offered in the higher-end Dodge products. And this limited version has the 4-liter V6 that's not actually offered in the Dodge lineup at all.
The Town & Country comes with standard 16-inch alloy wheels or 17s on this Limited. Both doors are power-operated with power windows. The tailgate is power-operated with a low load height, an available backup camera with parking sensors, so there's no excuse for a scratched bumper.
Chrysler has always had some great innovative ideas in their minivans. Last generation, they had the stow-and-go seats, which folded the seats flat into the floor for a lot of extra cargo space. And this year, they've come out with the swivel-and-go. You turn the second row seats 180 degrees to face the back, hop in, put up a table, and you're ready for cards.
When the Swivel and Go is ordered, the van still comes with the underfloor cargo space, but the second row of seats do not fold into the space, so you have to choose Stow and Go or Swivel and Go. The two can't be mixed.
The van is really easy to get into because of the low step-in height. Now, once in, the seats are firm and supportive. The pedals are adjustable and the steering wheel tilts, but it doesn't telescope, which is kind of too bad. Now, there's been some vast improvements on the interior, but they've still used a lot of hard plastic, so it doesn't look as upscale as it could.
Now, this vehicle has tons of storage. The glove box, well, there's two of them actually. There's one above here for storage and below. Now, there are juice box holders and cup holders littering this van. They're everywhere. And the center armrest here slides back for even more storage up front. There are great features in this van, like there's a USB port here. You can actually download your music onto a hard drive in the stereo. There's an auxiliary jack. And the center stack is, well, really a stack. It's very angular, straight up and down here, but you know what? Everything's well placed and it's easy to use.
Rear passengers can be pampered with heated second row seats, ambient surround lighting, 2 video screens that can be played separately or with video games, and heating and air conditioning controls. These vans are a palace on wheels for kids. There are far too many features to list here, so go to our website to get a full list of specs. We had the 2007 Dodge Grand Caravan in our long-term test fleet for over a year, so we're pretty familiar with that vehicle. Now we've got the 2008 Town & Country, and the first thing that we noticed was how much more quiet the interior is. It's on par with other luxury vehicles for quietness. I mean, listen to this. I honk the horn, and you can barely hear it inside the cabin. As we mentioned, there are 2 engines available in the Town & Country. A 3.8-liter V6 with 197 horsepower and 230 pound-feet of torque, or the larger 4-liter V6 with 252 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque. That's more power than the Honda Odyssey and the Hyundai Entourage, but it's slightly less than the Toyota Sienna. Both V6 engines are matched with the first ever 6-speed automatic transmission in a minivan. So this means with more gears, you're getting better power at all speeds and better fuel consumption. Both engines are rated at 13 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 8.7 on the highway, or 21 miles per gallon in the city and 32 miles per gallon on the highway. I got a chance to drive the 2008 Dodge Grand Caravan down in California, and a lot of the improvements that they made and things that I really liked about that vehicle are the same with the Town & Country. It's got great handling, smooth brakes, and the interior is so quiet.
Now, Lacey has already mentioned that this new Town & Country has a brand new 6-speed automatic transmission, and they've placed the shifter in a new location. It comes out of the dash like many of the import vans, the Sienna and the Honda Odyssey. Now, the thing is, it's fairly easy to use. You get used to its placement, but it's also a shiftable automatic. What you do is you toggle it this way to go up gears, toggle it this way to go down gears. Now, to be honest with you, 99% of the people driving a van like this will never use it on a regular basis. I do, however, find it handy when you're cruising along on the highway and you want to pass somebody quickly. You just flick it, you're down 2 gears, and away you go. The ride is very smooth and quiet. This feels like a large luxury car. The brakes are smooth and progressive. The power comes on without ever jarring the occupants. The Town & Country is a real pleasure to drive and a vast improvement over the last model. The suspension will never be up to hard cornering maneuvers. It's tuned for comfort and soaks up bumps with ease. The standard safety list is actually pretty good in this Town & Country van. A lot of these features you kind of expect at this price, though. They come with dual front airbags, side curtain airbags, side airbags. You also get 4-wheel disc brakes with ABS, traction control, stability control, and a tire pressure monitoring system. Okay, take it from me, somebody gets to test drive brand new vehicles 80 plus a year, year after year after year. There is no better vehicle on the road for moving your family around with ease and comfort than a minivan. Sure, minivans, they don't have the same kind of cachet and curb appeal as a midsize SUV, and this one looks kind of expensive on paper, but if you actually take all of the features that are included in this van and transplant them into a midsize SUV, I almost bet you that the SUV will be more expensive, and it doesn't have all the creature comforts of a Town & Country. Lacey, we should point out that the Dodge product is no longer available in a short wheelbase, and neither the Town & Country or the Grand Caravan are available in all-wheel drive.
Now, it's interesting that the pioneer of the minivan is coming up with some creative and innovative ideas, while other companies like GM and Ford are actually pulling out of this segment altogether. But Zach, do you think it's going to be able to take on some of the imports?
Well, absolutely. You know why? Because Chrysler as a company is putting their foot down on the gas and they're not lifting off in the minivan category. They really own this category. They have so many innovative features that frankly the import brands don't even have or haven't even tried to emulate. This Town & Country is luxurious to drive. It's oh so comfortable. It's powerful, and in some cases more powerful than the imports when you get the 4-liter V6. It really is innovative, and some of those features really are unique. On the downside, the vehicle doesn't come with telescopic steering. You've got swivel and go, stow and go, you've got video screens in the back, but they can't get the steering wheel to move in and out. It seems kind of crazy. And for me, swivel and go, I don't get it. It's a neat idea, but if you were going to buy one of these and you had to choose between stow and go and swivel and go, stow and go would trump swivel and go every single time. I don't get it.
Well, you know what, Zach, I kind of disagree with you. I actually think that the swivel and go option is kind of a cool feature. I really like the fact that you can get the dual DVD system. I think that's a great feature. You can hook up your games and play that as well. And some of the toys that are available, such as the satellite radio, the USB port, the backup cameras. And as we've mentioned before, the interior is very quiet. Now, on the downside, personally, I don't really like the new styling. It's just a little bit too boxy looking and square for me, and I wish you didn't have to choose between that swivel and go and the stow and go.
Choose the stow and go.
For complete specs, go to our website at drivingtelevision.com.